compatible, just like a hand in glove. She said that's a The Smiths song. Wait, that's the band I love. I never heard of them.
What is up, everyone? Today, or this evening, or this morning, or I don't really know because it's like 1 a.m. I am going to be giving you guys an explanation because I feel as though I owe you guys one, and I do, as to like why I haven't been posting and sort of like disappeared off the face of the earth for a little bit. Because I did not only promise you guys that I would post weekly and continue to post daily as well for short form, I also think that I want you guys to try and understand the circumstances that I'm in at the moment that may cause this to happen again. The first 2/3 of the summer were absolutely awful for me. I, by choice, did not really talk to anyone like outside of my family. I didn't really text any of my friends because I was so like sad. I felt so lost. I felt like I didn't really know who I was, and I felt like, why am I not doing anything? Like, I'm not doing like my passions. I know what I'm meant to be doing. Sorry, my cat is making noise. I know what I'm meant to be doing, but I'm not doing it, and I don't really understand why, and I don't really feel like myself, and I don't even really know what myself is anymore. What's really interesting is that during the summer I went through a lot of crying every single day, even though nothing really directly bad was happening to me. But what it did was that it led me to the understanding that I was crying because I missed myself. Like, for so long I've been trying to neglect different parts of myself, or sometimes even my whole entire self, and like change parts of myself just to please other people, or like just to try and make friends, or like, I don't know, try and, you know, make a guy like me, or like whatever. Like, for so long I thought that I wasn't good enough, like just as myself. Over the summer it just felt like, I'd had enough of feeling insecure about who I am, because I'm pretty sure that I don't like any of the versions of myself. Like, in any of these situations, the person or like version of me that I love the most is just my true and authentic self. Doing too much, right? And just being scared of being judged and like not liked, or scared of being hated, because like I just realized in all my years of living, you cannot please everyone. You can sure try, and I did try for so many years, but it just never ever really worked. And like, there are going to be so many people who don't like you, and there are going to be people who don't like you and don't really have a specific reason. What's crazy is that the moment where I started feeling comfortable with like who I was, and like being able to just be that, I started posting again, and I felt like comfortable with posting like everywhere, like on all of my socials. I went on vacation. A change of scenery can really do wonders for me, and that really inspired me to start making long form content again, as I had brought my camera. And I was actually gonna do another holiday vlog, but I didn't end up doing that. I actually ended up making covers with about like 3 videos blew up, and it was crazy because I have never ever experienced any videos blowing up in my life ever. I think the most views I'd ever gotten on a video was like, I think 2,000. The same one that went viral whilst I was on vacation it is now at 300k views. Absolutely insane. And then there's one on YouTube that I think is somewhere around 138k, I think. I can't remember. So thank you guys, because I couldn't have done it without all of my lovely supporters, obviously. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was what happened after that, because I did continue to post and stuff. The stuff that I had been posting was very much stuff that I felt that I knew people were gonna engage with as well. Content in the category that I want to post in, but it's not necessarily the type of content that I want to make, if that makes any sort of like sense. Obviously, as it does every single year, summer came to an end. I had to return back to college. keeping in mind and like expecting for there to be lots of opinions about my posts. And wouldn't you know it, the first thing that I got told when I went back, it was like all of these opinions on posts. I remember specifically, oh Charlene, I'm like so tired of seeing you pop up on my feed, or like I've had to like mute your stories and stuff like that. It's just like, thanks, you know, thanks a lot. That's so supportive of you. Yeah, to be hearing that, like, even though I was trying to mentally prepare myself for that and even like expect it, to be told that, it just doesn't feel great. I don't have guts made of steel, so like I tried my best to sort of brush it off and sort of, you know, like I said, I had worked so hard and like cried so much and like cried it all out just to get to a point where I was finally confident in being myself, that I was trying to brush it off and like let it not affect me, but it still did. And obviously it did, because like it caused me to stop posting. The fact that I care so much about what other people have to say, it can be it's definitely a bad thing for me, but I think it's also a really good thing, because it just means that I do care about other people's opinions very deeply, and I care what other people have to say, even if it's bad. And some people will say that stuff as a joke, and some people might say it as like a half joke, or some people might be like dead serious about it, and I'll still like, they'll still make the same impact. And the fact that I was getting these opinions not only in person, but when I got home and I'd see them online, it's just like it really sucked. And I was just like, I always knew that this was something that I would have to deal with if this is like the path that I want to take, but the fact that it's affecting me, like I still consider myself such an ordinary person. I'm still in full-time education. Like I feel so normal. The only sort of people who were really supportive during all of this was my family. People would even like go to the lengths to say like, I'd be like, oh, I need to go and like film a video, and people would say like, no, just stay, you do understand that like making videos isn't actually work. It was a very degrading thing to hear, because the baking blindfolded and, you know, that video, I stayed up till 4 a.m. filming that video, stayed up until 5 a.m. editing it, knowing full well that I had college the next day. I spent that whole day in college as well editing that video. That's just one example. Like I remember the covers that I did as well, just all of my videos that I've done sort of recently over the past couple of months, those I have stayed up to edit. They have taken me hours and days to edit and to film and to record. Like, you know, I don't think people understand how much effort goes into recording covers, because not only do I have to film and edit the video, the covers take so long because I add in all of the layers myself, all of the background vocals, that's all done by me. It takes me so long. I feel like people don't really understand the work that actually goes into that, and like the sacrifice of like time and dedication, and like it's so much and it's so stressful. But I enjoy it, and I do it because it's what I want to do. And to be able to like do that and then also go into college, like that's a lot already. But guess what? That's not the end of it, because at the same time that I'm going into college and I'm coming home from college facing all of these opinions, filming, editing, staying up, barely getting any sleep, I land my job. Can you imagine like going through the process of like all of this really new stuff, applying for the job and like getting to meet new people, that job interview, training, and I'm still in training. Along with all of this other stuff, I also have events coming up. I do not have a free day for the next 2 weeks. I'm not gonna have a break. The thing is, I could find a way to make time for all of this stuff. I'm sure it won't be my best thing, but I could. I could do like live covers or like a vlog throughout my day. I'm just waiting for things to settle down and sort of like all of these, you know, new transitions to just, you know, stop, and like all of these events to sort of be over. I have, I think, 12 hours a week. That's how much I'm doing work wise, and then I go to college 3 times a week, so that leaves me 2 days a week to be able to film and edit, which is pretty good, right? But like I said, because of I have events, those 2 days get occupied. I don't have an option here, right? but I am trying my best, and I'm gonna try and do it. It's just really stressful at the moment, so I hope you guys can understand. As long as I get to make people smile, and as long as, you know, I still love making videos, like, this is not gonna stop, you know, like, I'll be happy enough, like, doing the thing that I love, and, you know, if it makes a difference, like, that would be my absolute dream. Like, I just want to make people happy. So what happens now? I want to try and push out a video weekly, even in spite of everything that's going on. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and put like less pressure on myself about like making good videos, or like the most perfect videos, and hopefully push out, you know, more authentic content. And like, I really want to do all kinds of content, you know. It's just not the end. Like, I love filming videos, and I love editing them, and my point is that it's not gonna stop. Song coming out on October 19th. It is a song that I dedicated to my sister, and that is the only reason why I'm putting it out, is because it's for my sister. So this is for you, Sam. Speaking of music, I am working on music, just at a slower rate than in previous years. I know that I said at the beginning of this year that I'd push out an album, but the reason why I've changed my mind on that is because, like, I didn't want to put out an album where, like, I had just written songs for the sake of writing songs, and, like, even if they're good and, like, the actual aspect of writing and production is good, they wouldn't really sound like my sound. And I don't want to put out music that where I haven't, like, discovered my sound yet. I want to put in more thought and more time into making my music. I don't want to listen to it once it's out and, like, you know, a year from then think that I hate it. So I want to be able to like it confidently, because my first song that I ever put out, which was Take It As a Sign, I don't like it. I put it out because it was for my college project, and it was sort of me figuring out how to use Logic. But now I have been like talking with my producer. I have a producer friend, so I am working on music, just very slowly. It might sound scary, but it's not my priority at the moment. Whoa, scary. Yeah, it's not my priority at the moment. My priority, like, in terms of like the things that I want to do, like my passions, is probably making videos and then music, just for now. I'm sure that will change very soon, probably after all the stressful stuff is out the way, but at the moment that's how things are looking. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of advice as someone who has I've always had this sort of perfect plan in life. Like, I have, like, out of worry and anxiety, tried to plan my life. I'm gonna get married at this age, and I'm gonna have a house here, I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna be a singer, and I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah. I've always planned things. And has life ever gone to plan for me? Absolutely not. Actually, life so far for me has never ever gone to plan. All of this to say that it's okay to figure things out as you go. You can never guarantee what's going to happen in the future, but you can, you know, have outcomes more likely if you put in the work for it. It took so long for me to get to where I am now. Like I said, I started my YouTube channel when I was 13, and I'm still figuring things out. I am nowhere near achieving my dreams, but I could probably say I'm right at the start. We're gonna do this together, you know, and one day I hope that this will be video evidence that you can make your dreams come true if you just work hard enough and you're willing to do that. And I'm also here to say, like, if it does happen, the road was not easy at all. It was really difficult, and I was really working my butt off for all of this stuff. Most people might have like a linear path. I don't even know, like a more normal path. I hate using the word normal because it's, you know, there's no such thing as normal to get to your desired destination. But I promise you, people can take different routes to get to the same place, and you can too, and that's 100% okay. Not everyone gets to the same place in the same way. You're fine. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Relax. And I really hope that you chase your dreams, and if you don't have a dream yet, go find one. and have fun with that. Thank you so much for listening. This was a really long video, so thank you if you made it to the end. I hope you guys are okay, and I hope you have a great day. Love you all. Goodbye.
Want it so bad, I'm saying
I feel my pride is in the way, and that's okay, 'cause you can't read my mind by the things that I say. If I take it all away, I'm afraid you won't stay. Then I guess